Hey, it's me, Marquelworld. Do have my little microphone here. Different setting than usual. The usual setting is me in my living room. Different setting. So I'm trying new things out. So here I am with different settings. So let's talk about it. Hey. Got some gossip. We got some gossip to discuss. How are you guys on this Sunday? This looks very different to me. Well, I'm trying to change a couple things. I got a camera for my MacBook. Didn't know my MacBook had a 1080 um, resolution already. Sometimes I film with my phone, the iPhone. Sometimes I film with an actual camera, and sometimes I would try to film with the USB camera, but did not realize I had this. So I bought a new camera, but did not realize I had a 1080 camera as well. But let's talk about the wrestling. I don't even know, child, if this works. This Apple stuff is a little too much for me. I did not realize with Apple, you have to basically buy these USB adapters, but if you buy more than one, unfortunately, the way they set up the MacBook, you can't plug two in the same time. So can it plug in a USB camera and a USB mic because you only have certain space. But let's talk about what's going on in wrestling. Hello. Let's go right now. Pro wrestling news. The Ash by Elegance, not a lot of update from that situation. It has been very quiet, I will say. It's been very quiet, I will say. So let's going on. We have Sting's son, Stephen Borden, competes in pro wrestling debut. Don't know if that is something we care about. Sting's son. Don't know if that's something we care about, Sting's son. But we do have this. And I do like this a little bit more because I can read the gossip, while I record. So we have the SI.com Sting. Okay, I guess he's going with his daddy's looks. I don't even know if the camera will show this, but yes, this is his son. So we are reading this article real fast. Current AEW star and former AEW World Tag Team Champion along Sting, Darby Allin is host. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm so tired of the filler shit. Sting Borden, one of Sting's sons, who appeared in AEW during Sting's retirement match. I vaguely remember that, y'all. Vaguely remember that. And let me look at something before I keep going, because I know I have to change shit after I go live. Usually not while I'm live. So give me 1 second just to make sure my settings are correct. But while I do that, Sting's son has made his debut. Let's see. It does look like Sting. It does look like Sting. Of course, with the face paint and the makeup, it will look like him. I mean, anybody can look like him doing that. But again, that's his father, so he does resemble him. Do we think he's going to be a big star? Sting's son, is name value going to be enough? Let me know. Is name value going to be enough? I do want to discuss without looking and doing some research. Do want to discuss what's going on with the NXT TNA evasion. We all know allegedly that the people in Israel allegedly got offended with what the name was called, invasion. So now NXT, WWE has doubled down and has named their, I was going to say pay-per-view, but their NXT special as NXT Showdown. So what do you think about the name change? Is this going to make you not want to watch? Probably not. A lot of people won't not watch because of the name change, but that is some gossip. They had to change the name. Did see when they originally tweeted WWE and NXT about the Invasion. They did call it Invasion, but whatchamacallit, they deleted that tweet. So if you go back to it, or if you bookmarked it or saved it, it no longer will show up due to them deleting it. I do not like that we have a TNA. I do not like that it's weird. So we have Kalani representing TNA as the TNA Women's Champion. So we have Kalani again representing the TNA locker room as the TNA Women's Champion, even though we all know that she is part of WWE NXT. And then we have the male champion of NXT. Well, I'm sorry, the male champion of TNA. I'm sorry. See how I had to catch myself? I had to say NXT because Trick Williams is in NXT, but he's actually the TNA champion. See how it gets confusing sometimes. But we do have the TNA champion who is also an NXT star. He's going to be part of the NXT team. So storyline, it doesn't really make sense to me. If both champions want to represent TNA, that would have made more sense if Kalani and Trick Williams would represent TNA as the champions. But looking back at this storyline is going to be a little bit silly. Why I state that is this is not really a invasion showdown. I would call this more war games because they're just playing games at this point. Let me just say that. But Kalani Jordan representing TNA. I mean, I guess that goes brand with her character, I guess. You know, I'm so loyal that I'm still going to represent, even though I'm not part of that company. But I'm the champion, so I have to defend the belt in its honor. It's just weird, though, that we have NXT people representing TNA. Last legend wasn't even chosen. Jordynne Grace. Let's talk about that real fast. Notice how involved she was with the crossover when she was still signed to TNA. But now that she's signed to WWE, they barely want her to be involved in the crossover. So she wasn't even picked to be part of this crossover. So it's almost like they don't want the TNA fans to see her part of that night. But we do see that she is a special guest referee. Now that she did complain, a lot of people are stating she was not the forefront of the TNA and WWE crossover. A lot of people were a little upset with what she did online, stating there would be no... Stating that there would be no TNA NXT crossover without Jordynne Grace, which a lot of people did point out that, yes, it was Mickie James who was the first woman of TNA to come with the Impact Knockouts Championship at the Rumble, not Jordynne Grace. But let's get on to more gossip. I was trying to check something, but let's get on to more gossip. Still, again, nothing with Ash by Elegance. I guess we won't ever know what's really going on with her. I mean, now she is trying to advertise FanDuel. Is that what you call it, where you bet money? So, yeah, that is what she's doing now. So, again, I guess she's okay. But, yeah, she's really not talking about wrestling at this point. AJ Lee, a lot of people were missing her presence a little bit. It is what it is. I mean, she can't come every week. TNA is rising a little bit. Allegedly, this TV deal that we have been talking about for almost over a year now at this point. But allegedly, yes, allegedly, it is coming to a finish. So a lot of people are under the assumption, y'all, that it will be CW Network. That would be good because a lot of people have access to it. I do feel like that is free TV. So free TV, a lot of people will have access to it. So hoping it's true. Again, this is all speculations. This is all speculation. And hello to those that may join in. This whole... I don't know. This whole thing looks different. I mean, not a bad thing, but it just looks different. So let me edit something real fast because this looks very, very different. But while I do that, AEW is still losing views. Yes, they are still losing views. I'm tired of them myself. I used to be an AEW fanatic. I've always rooted for the underdogs, but not this time. I'm getting a little bit tired of AEW, their bullshit, the tag team matches every week, the trios matches every week, the Kyle Fletcher every segment, every match he's part of. He's part of AEW Collision and Dynamite, while you have people like Ace Austin not getting any camera time. You have someone like Britt Baker, who has been on the shows for months at this point. She's not getting any shine. So it is a little bit sad. So let's talk about the ratings real fast. I would say a lot of people ain't coming and didn't really advertise it, but I have heard before from someone after I went live that they didn't even notice I was live until afterwards. So maybe that's the case today. But this is sad. I guess there is a new rating system. So currently with AEW, they have 465,000 viewers, and that is not a good look. That is under that is under 500K. I don't know what they can do to make things better. Let me look this up. AEW card. So we can go over the card real fast of who wrestled and why these ratings are what it is. So already when you go on AEW's website, you look at results. First thing they have is Kyle Fletcher's, because I don't know what you call it. Tony Khan has such a hard-on for Kyle Fletcher that he pushes him over the moon. So let's see. It was the 6-year anniversary at that, and still not a lot of views. The Young Bucks doing good with their little gimmick. We'll give them that. We still have the tag matches. Kenny Omega, Brodito, and Bardado, the World Heavyweight Champion of Ring of Honor, versus... Yes, Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks. Getting really tired of this, to be honest, of these tag matches that Josh Alexander is part of. It kind of gets boring. That he's always part of tag matches, because we all know that he's way better than that, and he has way more to offer than only be part of tag matches. So I am hoping that they do a little bit more with him. Don't know if they will, but I'm hoping they will. That's the only hope. Let's continue. Mark Briscoe, he always has to have a segment. Hologram helped Fletcher retain his title, we saw. Don't know what's going on with that storyline. It just, I don't know. Toni Storm defeating Tay Mello, we all know who she is. She is part of this infamous tag team, which I feel like her and Anna Jay will be the first ever women's tag team champions of AEW. I think they are homegrown talent, so I do feel like they deserve that accolades. To be the first person to be named AEW Women's Champion. We did have Samoa Joe answer to Hangman Page. He did do that. Do that again. It's the same people every week. Again, we don't have Britt Baker. We don't have Isaiah Cassidy. Shots. We don't have him on AEW anymore. We don't even have Ace Austin on AEW television. So at this point, it has gotten old. The same people that they keep using every week, and the 465,000 people, and the viewership has showed that a lot of us are tired of the same thing over and over and over again. Again, it's becoming very repetitive. So wonder what they will do. They do have something, speaking of AEW, WrestlingNews.co. Okay, I am so tired of these pop-ups. Like, damn, I don't want to buy anything, please. So, Hikaru Shida did announce that she has re-signed with AEW. And this is good. This is good that she has decided to stay with AEW, but we don't really see her. So, again, if she likes getting a check, good for her. But hopefully they do use her. She was a pillar at some point when the company was becoming a thing, but they don't no longer use her. Sammy Guevara is finally being used. That is good. That is good. He is on AEW Collision and Dynamite. So happy to see Sammy Guevara. I will say Kalani Jordan. I want to say this to pinpoint back to this. I do not have anything against her. It would be anybody, but I do wish that TNA champions for TNA roster superstars. I'm tired of NXT people holding it, but I do like her. I did want to piggyback and say that, just like Trick Williams. But let me get back to pro wrestling gossip. But I don't want people to think I dislike them when I don't. It's just I'm tired of TNA people holding. I'm sorry. NXT people holding TNA gold. I can't keep up anymore. I do see that Swerve Strickland did. No, that wasn't who did it. Andrade did return to AEW this week. We all know what happened with him in WWE. He got let go, and allegedly, he got let go for his wellness policy. Not following that. So that being said, I will say this. He is back, but he is back with a vengeance because he did say something back to, yes, you know it, Dave Meltzer. So I will pull that up. Of course, now that I can pull stuff up and it's like better for me to look, nobody comes all of a sudden, but that's okay. They're probably going to watch the replay, but this is way better now that I can actually read stuff on the screen and do things. But again, maybe next week I'll promote it a little bit more so more people can come. We'll get off soon anyways because a family member did pass away. And if no one's really coming in, there's no point in me just being here. But let's keep going. So where did that go? Andrade, Dave Manster, you talk too much shit without proof. And sir, I'll only tell you one thing. When my contract with AEW ended, I personally went man to man to thank Mr. Tony Khan for the opportunity to be in AEW. And that's all I'll tell you. If I wanted to talk more, I would show you that you're wrong about many things. But you keep killing the business. Yo Lee Descendo La Major. So he basically was going against Dave Meltzer, and there were a lot of people egging him on, clapping hands, all of that. Oh, you told him, girl, you told him, you did that. A lot of people don't care about Dave Meltzer. They say he doesn't have any pull in the wrestling business, but, him calling out Dave Meltzer, there's all these people rooting on Andrade. So clearly Dave Meltzer has some kind of pull if people are so triggered with what he posts. But let me go into some WWE news. Like, I'm tired of talking about AEW, no offense. But WWE, we did have Matt Riddle allegedly attacking someone during an interview with TMZ Sports. I guess he's one of the favorite former WWE wrestlers because they do have him awfully a lot. I do like Matt Riddle, I will say that, but I'm just saying they do have him a lot. So that being said, He is allegedly he did attack someone in this interview, and it was real. We shall see. More likely, it was a work, but he is bringing his name back to controversy. So controversy. I'm tired. So he does kind of, I guess, thrive off of that. Not in a negative way, but that does keep his name in many people's mouth. These controversies. Um, We have retirement talk. Allegedly, he will retire. Your boy Randy Orton within the next 2 years. So yes, if you are a Randy Orton fan, you should watch him while he's still wrestling because yes, Randy Orton is a legend, but allegedly he will go away soon. That is what the talks is about. Okay, I don't want to join. Russell Talk is stating Cody Rhodes has further commented on the prospect of Randy Orton potentially winding down his WWE in-ring career. We do see that some of this was alluded on SmackDown, and a lot of this is being said to be true. That yes, he is thinking about oops, that yes, he is thinking about wrapping it up and putting the boots up. So sad. We do like Randy Orton. If true, this is almost a generation gone. We have John Cena gone, and now allegedly Randy Orton's next. So this is a whole generation. But I don't really think this live is getting pushed, so no one really comes. So I think I will get off and post my other videos for the day. Those that watch the replay, thank you so much. But this is Marquelworld, all things pro wrestling news and my life. See you guys on the next video. Peace.